Hello everyone and welcome to the final Alliance War video of Season 21. Today we are taking Path 8 in Section 1 and Path 6 in Section 2. We have 8 fights recorded and actually did 9 in the war, but due to the pre-fight bug I didn't record one of the fights. So first we have this Venom matchup. It's pretty much just a diversity placement. The main node here is return policy, so I don't really want to be nullifying any of his buffs. Doom is a stubborn attacker, so we pretty much don't need to worry about that as a defensive tactic in this fight. Even without special or heavy attacks, Doom, he does some pretty good damage at rank 3, so no real issues. Now the next fight is a Phoenix, and I'm actually going to use Mr. Fantastic here. Now this fight is very simple, but I basically just want to use it to build up more pre-fights to use in later fights. So the two things that I want to do here are obviously get the solo, and also I want to finish with ideally 4 or 5 debuffs on Phoenix, so that I can get 4 or 5 pre-fights to use later in the war. So as you can see here, willpower healing is pretty strong here, so that's going to prolong the fight quite a bit. So this is quite a long fight, but she is still going down, and it's very simple overall, no real issues, nothing to be concerned about. So here I go for a special 2, and that is to double up the Petrify to hopefully try and mitigate her healing when she dies. So just about get the refresh on debuffs, and now I want to try and get her down as quickly as possible and ideally finish the fight with a parry stun active. So the next fight is a Sorceress Supreme on Matador. Now she has the same power drain node as the first two, but because she doesn't gain buffs, it doesn't actually mean anything on this placement. So she's applied a slow to us, but that is pretty much just going to be free willpower healing, so overall it's actually a help in this fight. So go for a special 2, get some more damage off. So this next fight is a Killmonger on node 25, which has kinetic transference and footloose. And this fight is generally a problem for a lot of people, but if you have Doom with the Mr. Fantastic synergy, it makes this fight extremely easy. Now, as you can see, the Petrify actually didn't apply here, and that is due to the pre-fight bug, and that is why I didn't record one of the fights in this war. So even without it, this fight isn't too difficult overall. Basically just want to keep the armor break up, keep his power under control. So go for a special 2 here, and the Incinerate should be enough to finish him off. So the next fight is a Hyperion on the Rage node, so this is going to be a fairly long fight, but it's also going to be pretty safe. Doom, he's got great power control, great nullify, so none of the nodes are really an issue. We're also running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, so we're going to be getting a lot of power here, which helps to keep the aura up for as much as possible in this fight. So it is taking quite a while to get him down because we aren't really going for the special freeze. So here I decide I'm going to build up to it, get the Fury and start hitting a bit harder, even though I am still going to be capped at 2.5% damage because of the Rage node. So going for another special free, get another Fury up. So as you can see, our power was getting a bit out of control there, so I had to use a special 1 early so we didn't get pushed to a special 2 and when Hyperion was at 3 bars. So going for another special 3 and then a standard Doom cycle should be able to finish him off. Now the next fight is a Morning Star on Power Focus 2 and Aggression Prowess, and we're going to be using Human Torch here. Torch against any Mystic is generally a pretty good matchup. Build up the Smolder and pretty much just watch Morning Star melt. So I'm playing it safe here. I'm about 95% consistent on the special 2, but because of the Aggression Prowess node, I don't really want to risk it. So block the special 1 there to get a bit more Smolder, keep the damage going. Now we're just going to go in for a special 2 to finish her off. So we took the shared fight off camera. It was a Doctor Doom with Flow Intercept and also Redoubled Determination. We got through it with about 40% health left, pretty much just block damage. And at this point we are quite heavily boosted. I've got 30% boost on, as well as 15% attack, 20% health and an invulnerability boost. Now I'm not entirely sure why I used the debuff Siphoner from Mr. Fantastic on this fight. So the Sema has Hurt Locker and also Power Focus 1, so pretty much I just don't want to use the same special twice in a row. But overall this is just a diversity placement. So with these heavy boosts active, the Incinerate's ticking for nearly 1200 damage, so she's going down pretty quickly. The armor break from the Mr. Fantastic synergy keeps her out of diamond form for pretty much the entire fight once it's up. So here I'm just going to build to a special 3 to finish her off. So now we are moving to the final fight of the season, which is against a Symbiote Supreme on Enhanced Power Gain and Aspect of Evolution. And if I solo this fight, that means that I've got a deathless season, and this is my 89th fight overall. So we use the Mr. Fantastic Petrify pre-fight, and that is going to help us to keep his power under control. Want to keep the aura up as much as possible, and I'm not too bothered about getting to the special 3 because he's probably just going to stagger the Fury anyway. Now Symbiote Supreme does have a bit of energy resistance, so the Incinerates aren't going to be ticking quite as hard as they were in the Emma matchup. But he's still going down pretty easily. Symbiote Supreme's not really a very tanky champion at all. So we did end up losing this war, which gives our season record as 6 for 6, and my season record is 89 fights done and 0 deaths. So as you can see, we finished rank 18 in Platinum 1. We moved up 9 places after the dockings happened. So for the opening we have 2 featured 5 stars, which ideally I'm hoping for Guardian in here. We also have the 10 2% tier 5 class Catalyst Fragment Crystals, as well as 2 6 stars to open. So this first 5 star is a Venom, which is just a 20 more sig, so it's not the worst pull out there, but not really what we're looking for. This is a new champion, which is always good, but he's not really going to be used for anything. So out of the tier 5 class Catalyst Crystals, we are hoping to get Tech to rank 3 Ghost. And of course there's no Tech. Now we're on to the main part of the opening, which is the double 6 star. So this is pretty much as bad a pull as it gets in Awakening of Red Skull. Signature ability does pretty much nothing, and he's not a great champ overall. But this pull saves the whole opening. We get Clairvoyant, pretty much got everything needed to take her up to rank 3.